Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on today. As above, as below, as above, we are talking about moon energy. That is that lunar energy with connectivity. We're talking about growth. We're talking about cycles. And we also want to say hello to each and every one of you guys. If this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. I want to say hello to my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo. Whether you are mystic or Ajay, whether you're a Kabbalist, whether you are what's up there, my baby Scorpio in the house, Keish. All right, Stormy, how you doing, my sad from Detroit? I also want to say hello to each and every one of you guys, whether you're a mystic, whether you're a shaman, whether you're an atheist. This is the live for you because this is all about my journey, 2-year journey with Minister Mario, son of Ochosi. In our process, getting crowned, and hopefully that no matter what tradition you are initiated in or will desire to be initiated, if you are person that goes to church or don't want to deal with the church no more, this still gonna help you. You understand? Because you might have a child or a grandchild that may be into this, and this is some good information from somebody that has experience, somebody that has been through the ringer when it comes down to these ATRs. I am an individual that was born with his gifts, but I in certain paths I got initiated in, and certain things I journeyed in to assist Minister Mario. All right, there, y'all coming in strong. Sister Jackie, my tired, apprehend wisdom. How you doing, love? Carissa Long, how you doing? And Sister Triana Aries in the house. I think I missed some of y'all. Stormy. Okay, I think I got you. But we want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. Also, I want to say hello and thank you to my madrina, to my brothers and sisters, also to my padrinos. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. Also to my brothers and sisters and my Elay. Thank you so much for being a part of my life and also being such a strong. Want to say also, guys, thank you so very, very much to anybody that if I miss. What's up there, hardcore? My Aquarius in the house, my long lost son. If any of you guys did not hear me before, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys in your support of me being crowned Mafeti Foon Oya, and also to any of you guys that have supported through this process of this week. I want to say thank you also to those that have been patient. I have been getting a lot of your guys the orders up, and also trying to get caught up with my readings, my consultations. So I got a lot of that getting done. What's up there, my Pisces? Darius in the house. Yeah, it's a warm one today. Yes, I mean a warm one. But I want to talk about something today that I actually I've had a very rough day today. And I want to share some stuff with you, and I hope that many of you guys that are following me, or they may see this at one time or another, that you take this from somebody that really loves, as we say in the church, to love the Lord. I love my spirituality. I love my spiritual practices. I am not a person that looks for blame. I'm not a type of individual that is lazy. I believe in doing my own personal work, as in my shadow work, developing myself, making myself accountable for anything that is going on in my life, and then utilizing the tools that I may apprehend in whatever ATR or religion or practice that I endeavor into. My lives are not for children. I do realize that many of you guys do not put your spiritual life first, and that sometimes puss and dick come before God. And I do realize sometimes that you allow money to come before God, and I realize at times that you allow yourself to come before your purpose and your plan. And guess what? That's cool. You understand? But I want to tell you that when you're listening to me, I am somebody that is constantly trying to strive to put what God has called me to do ahead of the things that I love, and that's denying of myself, denying of family, and denying of my own personal outlooks on certain things. I'm a person that I strive to not lean to my understanding, no matter how educated I am, no how much experience I have. I strive very hard, so therefore I try to be as accurate and giving you what the Spirit is giving, and not implementing myself in those equations. A lot of times we come up with wrong answers because people are implementing themselves and their feelings and their perceptions in that, and that's why we come up sometimes far off, sometimes not in the ballpark. But a lot of people, when it comes to these ATRs, they love interjecting themselves into the practice. What's up there, Monique 444 Cancer in the house? Now, this gonna be a doozy. I want y'all to understand. I want to. My subject is. I'm going to be coming from Daniel, the 11th chapter, verse 32. I actually got my iPad up here, and I don't want nobody to feel bad. I don't want nobody to think I'm throwing off of them. Please don't do me like this in this live. I'm actually trying to get information out here because somebody may be just starting in hoodoo or voodoo or Santeria or Kumi, or they may be already in it. They might be 10 toes deep down in there. You may be advanced. But listen, I teach universal laws on my platform. It is applicable. At the end of the day, you got to do your own work. I don't care how strong the man is, how strong the woman is. I don't care how sorry they is. At the end of the day, you can have a piss poor physical coach, but if you are determined to build your body, you still gonna end up with getting something out of it. So a lot of times making excuses because everybody ain't on the same level, it really gets down to the man or woman who is dedicated to their spiritual journey and that they're going to do what is necessary for them to get the proper tools to get this proper workout. Because I'm here to fulfill my destiny. So my subject is when facts check feelings. Okay? And I do realize the reverse of that people's feelings about people, places, and things normally outrule the facts. They normally outrule because how a person feels may have absolutely nothing to do with the facts that are involved in the situation. But if you're going to practice real magic, you have to base your magic in some type of truth. Even the lies that people tell have to be based in a type of a distortion of the truth. That's how we come up with the word lie. When it comes to delusion, it is based in a truth. I have a right to believe what I believe. That is true. But when your belief interrupts and intersects with reality and fact, then that's another thing. So even a lie or a delusion is based in some fragment of truth. Okay? Don't mean they abide in it, but it does mean that they are dealing with some aspect of their venture. What's up there? Smith in the house. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for being with us on today. Now, y'all know this as above, so below. So we're talking about cycles. We're talking about moon energy. We're talking about growth. And one thing I do like about being grown is you get to make your own choices. Okay? Then there are some things I want to talk about there. Now, what I'm going to say today may not put me in a very positive light. I'm not even comparing. Because a lot of time, in order to teach people, you have to tell on yourself. In order to help people make better decisions, they have to have a real life experience. And so therefore, a lot of this stuff not going to be in books. A lot of this stuff not necessarily be on videos. But in order for people to take their spirituality seriously, if you run across this, and this is not going to be for everybody because everybody's not this dedicated, everybody is not committed or invested. Okay? So that's off the rip. Now, I do realize that based on who you are and your energy, your frequency, and your experience, you may have different feelings about what I'm about to say. At the end of the day, remember, you're listening to a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and Rising sign Pisces. Some people do not feel that matters when it comes to people. I actually do. I actually believe that it matters if you got a 4-cylinder. I actually believe it matters that you got a 6-cylinder. I actually believe that it matters whether you got a 8-cylinder with a Hemi in there. I actually believe that depending on whether you are a good driver or a bad driver is how you're going to function in life. I do believe that whether you are attentive or you are a person that don't pay attention at all. I do believe whatever your desire is, that's where we're going to find out where your heart is. You understand? Because where a man's treasure is, that's where his heart. So there are certain things that some people do not put a lot of credence in, but I do. So I want you to understand why I tell you that I'm a Sagittarius. Because in that umbrella of that house, it's about truth. Now, there are certain people that live by their delusions and their contradictions, and they are cool with that. And I'm glad for you. Unlike me, that ain't where I'm at. So I can't teach you what I don't do, and I cannot explain to you why I look at certain things without explaining to you a little bit about who I am. What's up, Jelly Sweets? What's up there, Gemini? Then now my eldest son coming in, Cancer in the house, and then we got Nisi in the house. What's up, Phoenix, Arizona? Aries. Now, when I say when facts check feelings, a lot of times when what's up, Harriet Capricorn in the house? When it comes down to my spirituality and the things that I'm going through, I am 50 years old. I have told you, many of you guys A lot of some of the miracles that God has allowed me to manifest was way before I got initiated, before I got these bees, before I got and I am not disrespecting anything that I have gotten since then. What I am informing people that watch me to consider the fact that I was born with my talents and my gifts and a lot of my abilities, and I also came from a foundation where spirituality was real, and it was not religion. It was about manifestation and bringing things to pass. Okay, what's an unveiling and? That is very, very important when you're listening to people. Okay, somebody that's rich can still teach you how to make money, and somebody poor can still teach you how to make money, depending on the principles by they live. But their mindset of how they came up may be very different. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that. Daniel 11:32. Don't matter if you're in the church or not. I just want to give a preface. What's up, Natasha, my Aquarius from North Carolina? Now, I'm not a smoker, but you're going to see me smoking because I'm still in my consecration period. So I have to keep myself clean. And tobacco is one of the ones that we utilize. So, I'm going to say some stuff. Now, very young in my life, when I'm talking about elementary school, I have been manifesting. And once I started manifesting, a lot of the magic that I was doing, even as a child, I was using my Monopoly board. I was using games that my mom, family member, whoever bought me, I can utilize the tools in that and manifest, okay? I was the kid that they would run and tell, oh, he killed my dog because one of my animals that I got picked out. My cousin gave me the animal. The animal's already sickly. And long story short, I went into my Monopoly set. I got me, it just came to me. I got the dog out of the Monopoly set, and I got a black sewing string off my mom's dresser. Tied it, made it a necklace, and then I repeated an incantation that I heard on He-Man from Shadow Shadow Weaver, Powers of Darkness, and I began to proceed to implement my own words in my incantation. 2 or 3 days later, they dog was dead. Okay, I've been manifesting a very long time. I always knew I had power. I always knew that when I did certain things manifest. I was the kid that, oh, it was cause of him this happened to me, or he put a spell on me. You know, I grew up with that. Okay. Now, I grew up with my cousins watching me. My first cousin, very young, watching me move stuff and work with herbs. My family seen that out of me. Okay, so I grew up doing a lot of things and manifested working court cases. I grew up like that. Okay, I need to make that very clear. So when God moves for you, and as a Sagittarian, I already have a natural. What's up, Pisces Garden? I have a natural confidence because I want to understand y'all where I'm at right now. Through this transition, I have, no matter what I got involved in, I already from a personal level had a certain level of confidence in spirituality. So even if, I'm just using an example, even if somebody was not real, I wouldn't know they're not real because I already believe. I'm bringing energy, I'm bringing in Ashe, I'm bringing Chi, I'm bringing in Prana already into the thing. And there are certain things that if I get this candle, no matter whether they were lying or not lying, I can make this candle do what it do. I grew up with certain levels of manifestation. I got my my second car. I went to the car lot after listening to a preacher, and I anointed the car and told God, give me the money to pay off this car. Got the money, manifested the money, and I went shopping. Didn't get the car, I got another car. You understand? That's how I learned that when you ask for certain things from the Spirit, it has purpose on it. Do what you told them you going to do with that money, just like a man or a woman, or next time it's going to be harder for you to manifest. Just that simple, y'all. A lot of y'all think y'all money are being blocked and people working on y'all finances. It's all because a lot of times you do not do what you said you're going to do with the money that you asked your ancestors for, or your Jehovah Jireh for, or the Elohim for, or Oshun for. It's all about obedience. Now, so I just want y'all to understand, growing up like that, getting into it with other root workers at 16 and 17 and putting it on people as at a very young age, I have a certain level of confidence when it comes down to my manifestation. And so therefore, I am 50 years old. And do I get everything that I ask God for? Of course not. No. I get majority of the stuff that I ask for. Yes. I don't always get it in the time frame I would like to have it, but I end up with it. Okay? That's real. So therefore, when I'm doing conjure work for many of you guys, I want to let you to know I don't do pep rally talk. If I genuinely go after something for you, I genuinely believe that I can manifest that for you because of what comes out of my own life, okay? So it is coming from a personal confidence, but it's also coming from something that spirits and ancestors have manifested for me over a very, very long time. And so therefore, my expectations when I go into situations and circumstances are very high. And so, even when I've heard situation and circumstances, this is helping me, your transparency and teaching. Thank you so much. So when when you come to me about what the doctor says, it's not that I am ignoring what the doctor said, because you got to understand, the doctor told my grandmother that if my mom, when she was very young, she went through an accident, and the doctor told her to go home and prepare my mom's funeral. So I come from a wound that when the doctor says something to me, the doctor's telling me what they have the capacity of doing. That's when they say with man things are impossible. In other words, there are limits when it comes to man. So I am no wise telling you not to believe your doctor or what the doctor may be saying are true or false. That's irrelevant to me. But I come from an aspect of my spirituality that I have watched my mother. They said if she lived, she would be a vegetable. She wasn't a vegetable. They said if she lived, she'll never have children. I got me and my sister here as living proof. I'm also, so I just want y'all to understand that when facts check feelings, I don't want y'all to think that I'm in my feelings, because I have a lot of reasons why I believe that I was going to defy the odds when it came to Minister Mario. Come on here, somebody. When I'm praying for you and I'm interceding for you and I'm doing conjure work for you, and even though the odds came up, they don't look good. And that's why when they told me and told him that he had 40% in his heart, and then it went down to 35, those numbers didn't scare me, because I serve a God that made heaven and earth with nothing. You understand? So when you deal with chaos energy, you coming from the void, and you're constantly hearing what lawyers are saying. And when they say that my uncles were going to die in prison, I didn't believe that. Come on here, somebody. I saw the report. I saw the manuscript. Let me tell y'all something. I saw the charges that they had against them, and I even know that many of the situations that they were guilty as Judas. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I want to be very honest. I didn't go in that thing and asking God because I thought they were innocent. I went in there because I said, God, if I serve you, come on here, somebody. I said, God, if I serve you, will you give me the power to set them free? Come on here, somebody. I made an agreement with God. If He gave me the power, that when I served Him, that He would set them free, and He did that. He didn't do it right then. He did it 20 some years later, but they didn't have to die in prison. Some of them got out earlier than others. But my point is to you that a lot of times it is not about my feeling. It is about the facts that I have experienced in my own life. When my children, my son, my Pisces, his collarbone was broken, God healed him. When I had members in my church were going to get x-ray, God healed them. I was with another pastor of mine, my ex-mother-in-law, and we were on the airways, and a baby had a hole in the heart, and God sealed that, closed that heart. See, I'm not out here talking about what I think. I'm talking about facts, and they're checking feeling. And so sometimes I'm trying to encourage y'all from a place where I just want to be real with you, that a lot of times, even though you have bad numbers, and a lot of times you have bad situations, and because some of y'all ain't never had, some of y'all believe in God without experience. Some of y'all believe in God without evidence. Because some of y'all do believe that anything is possible, but you ain't never lived those impossible. You ain't never worked with St. Jude like I did. You ain't never worked with Santa Barbara like I did. You have never worked with the Eguns like I did. You have never worked. And so therefore, my mindset when I looked at Minister Mario's situation, and even though his readings were coming out that he was going to pass away, I still understood that I had power over life and death. See, my mindset was not that I was headed to a place where I was going to try to buck God. I'm just being straight up with you. But my mindset was, even though God had brought him back, and I told him when he first passed away, I told him, I said, if you pass away, I say, I'm a child of the dead. I'll come for you. Come on here, somebody. I want y'all to understand that I was used to and I'm accustomed to define nature. I am accustomed to define the odds. I am accustomed to turning around nature. When storms were coming and they were supposed to be coming our direction in this city and in this state, I would speak to those storms. I would go out to the water and I would speak and tell that storm, you have to go in. So I am not sitting here in my feelings. I am sitting here rationalizing the facts why I was in the state of mind. I was in the state of consciousness where I was. And the truth was, if God had delivered him again on the third time, I still would have asked God for more time. It's not like God had not answered my prayer. He answered my prayer. Minister Mario was he was dead for 4 days and God brought him back. Then he went out again and God brought him back. Then he passed out and God brought him back. It is many occasions that many of you guys did not know that I was fighting the odds. I'm telling y'all, I'm not a type of preacher. I'm not a type of person that is going to get out here and tell y'all God failed me, because he didn't. Because what was going to happen, I was going to keep asking for more time. I still was going to keep asking for turnaround. And so therefore, what God did for me, he still answered my prayers in this capacity. He's told me this: I'm going to let him be with you. I'm going to give him back to you. I did not realize at the time he was talking about he was going to be spirit with me. Your prayers protected me in an accident in New York 2 years ago. Come on here. So when I tell you guys, facts check feelings. So I was in a place. I am so accustomed. And this is a dangerous place. My son was talking to me there because I just need some peace of mind. I am so used to winning. I am so used to, no matter how much your back is against the wall, I am so used to turning a situation around and turning a curse into a blessing. And yes, sometimes I have to work harder in certain situations than others, but I am accustomed to that. I want y'all to understand my mindset came because of a foundation that I was birthed in, because I had experienced certain things. I would never encourage you in something I don't believe. I would never tell you I believe that I can turn that around. I believe that I have that kind of credit with God. Goddess. I believe that the Eguns work with me just that strong. That's why I talk the way that I talk. That's why I tell people that are crowned, you couldn't stop me before I got crowned. That is not coming from a place of arrogancy. That is not coming from an egotistical individual. That's coming from facts. I have been able to subdue my enemies time and time again. Minister Mario said, the reason why I trust in you, because I have never seen God not come through for you. It had nothing to do with me telling him something and giving him a story rhyme. It had nothing to do with anybody that follows me closely, that understand I am not coming from a place, sir and ma'am. I am not coming from a place. It says, them that know their God shall do great and mighty exploits. When you don't know God and you have not experienced God like I have experienced God, I can't tell you not to believe your doctor. I'm going to tell you I can't believe your doctor. I'm not going to tell you not to believe your lawyer. I'm going to tell you I'm not going to believe, because I believe God. And I believe if I walk this journey and I give the sacrifice of praise and I give him the fruit of my lips and I give the offering of the elbow or whatever it is, I believe that he will honor, that she will honor what I have asked and requested. When I asked God to help me get Mario crown, he gave me that. When I told him to bring him back, he did that. When I asked him to give him victory on his job, he did that. When I've spoken in the behalf of many of you, it has nothing to do with y'all faith. It is the fact that I have a resume behind me, that I watch God move. And yes, I've gotten to the place where I have a high expectation. I'm going to say it again. I have a high expectation of what God will do for me. I don't apologize for that certain man. What I am giving you is the real truth, that you can get to a place where God moves so much for you to when he tells you no or tells you to stand down, you feel like God done something to you. That's where I'm at. I'm in my feelings. I can't tell him he ain't moved. I can't tell him he ain't worked. I can't tell him he didn't endow me with power. I can't tell you that he ain't worked signs, wonders, and miracles. I can't say that, but I'm in my feelings because he told me to stand down. I know you, and I said, I know you can do it. I know who you are. I've seen you move. I've seen you break things down. I've seen you turn things around. I'm not coming from feelings. I'm not believing the Bible because it's written in the Bible. I'm believing what is written because of what has manifested in my life. Before I met you, before I knew you existed, before I had ever taken on your situation and your circumstance, I've already seen it. Huh? That's my life, y'all. And I don't want nobody to get out here and try to emulate Apostle Ely, and you don't have my testimony. You don't have my resume. You don't have the Loas dropping, coming in and speaking and saying, we are with you. You don't have the testimony that the Impungos are, we are with you. You don't have the testimony that the Orisha saying, we with you. You don't have those testimonies. And I have a right. I have a divine right to have the mindset that I have. But when God says he is the author and the finisher of our faith, when we have soul contracts, I can't override that. But I was trying. You want to know the real truth? Minister Mario been know what he was up against. That was never an issue. Everybody, everywhere we went, whether it was voodoo, Ifa, whether it was that, we were never in the dark. But I was able to defy a lot of things that were trying to happen and did happen because of the giftings and abilities that I have, because of the people that I was associated with, because of the obedience that Minister Mario did, and how he changed his diet, and how he was eating, and how he was praying, and the affirmation that he was doing. And as him being a Capricorn, it was very hard for him to have that level of faith, but he rose, and even when he fell down, he got back up again. When I tell you, facts check feelings, I don't want nobody to think at no time that I'm crying because I feel disappointed because God did not do something for me, because those are lies. Because you don't know the whole testimony, and his business ain't everybody's business anyway. But that's why he told me I can't fail him, because he wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for me. He knew it wasn't his faith that was bringing him. It was my faith, my relationship with God. But he was growing in the process. And that, for that level of commitment, that level of devotion. And he did not waste my time. He did not waste my money. He did not waste my energy. He did not waste my frequency. He did not waste my teaching. He used to always say when he get up in the church, he said, good teaching won't make it shame. He said he loved that message. He said, because I have been able to overcome the numbers. I have been able to overcome the diagnosis. I have been able to get off of the hospital bed. I have been able to come out of out of death and get up and still praise God. I have been, even in my sickness, I have been able to give God praise and watch God still move in the midst of my sickness. He still was, even in what he was going through, he still was watching God move. That's why he kept pressing. I'm going to say this. I done seen God curse too many people for messing with me. I done seen God bless too many people for blessing me. I don't want nobody to think at no time that I am a pep rally preacher. This is what happens in high school when they try to pump the team up to believe that they can win. I am telling you, I believe I can win because of the wins that I've already had, because of the victories that have already come to me. And so therefore, I am encouraging you from a place of resume. I am encouraging you from a place of facts. I am encouraging you from a place of experience. I am encouraging you from a place of things that have come into fruition. And yes, I may not be a 100, as me and my son was talking about. Ain't nobody 100 but God. Even the Bible said that Samuel Not one of his word fell to the ground. But I get majority of the things I want. Sometimes I get stuff right away, and some things I get over time. But I get them. Huh? Sometimes my enemies go down on the same day I speak, and sometimes it takes time because he want to punish their ass. Huh? But at the end of the day, it's not a place. I wish I had more time. But as I'm not going to sit here in the midst of my situation and my feelings. I'm drying those Fig Newtons Monique gave me. So I want to encourage y'all, because I don't want nobody to join me or be a part of what I'm doing and think I'm trying to make you believe outside of your box. That I'm making you try to trust God outside of your capacity. That I'm trying to get you to see something that you don't have the vision for. I am speaking from an individual that is accustomed to walking in stores and getting what he wants. You're speaking to an individual that's accustomed to, no matter who that is against me, I still bring them down. I'm not accustomed to taking losses. If I take a loss, I'm shocked. If I take a loss, I'm shooked. I'm just being honest. Huh? When I put somebody's name before something, I expect it to come to pass. If I go to the cemetery, I expect it to come to pass. If I go to the river, I'm just being honest. Before I talk to the Tata, the Mumbo, the Hugon, the doctor, the lawyer, I don't go into a situation thinking I'm not going to win. I'm just being straight up with you. I don't care how adverse your situation is. I have a track record. Ebasa. Huh? Before I was speaking in tongues, I was bringing things to pass. Before I was laying the hands on people, I was bringing stuff to pass. So each situation that I went through, my level of confidence increased. I'm just here to tell you. Before I got crowned, I already believed I was going to whip their ass. I'm telling y'all, I'm talking about the people that was already crowned, that messed up. I already believed God was going to get them. Yes, Obatala spoke in the midst of my Ita. But the point is, I already believed. So whether it was going to be Oya, whether it was going to be Obatala, whether it was going to be my ancestors, I knew somebody in my spiritual court was going to get that ass. Y'all understand? I believe somebody, whether it was Jehovah Jireh, whether it was the Mighty and Zombie, whether it was the El Shaddai, whether it was feminine energy, whether it was I know. I'm telling y'all, I believe before it ever got started that I was going to get the upper hand. I already believe that. Before I put the glasses on, before I put the turban on, before I put the beads on, before I put an ounce of clothes on. I'm telling y'all where my mindset, and that has come. I am 50 years old. I have way too many things. In the midst of me hurting, and I had a hard day today. I think it was yesterday. I had to pray for somebody that was about to have a stroke. I have prayed for people in the midst of my own ever, and God moved. This is why I said, God, I know you could have did this. This is my struggle with God and my struggle with the process and the remedy, because it's not that I know you could have done it. I done seen you heal people with AIDS. I done seen you raise people out of wheelchair, people that couldn't. I through my own hands. So God, I'm here. Tell me what's the purpose? Because it's not about what you can't do. Them that know their ancestors, their Orishas, their Loa, if you are out there, you will get to a place, if God moves for you like that, you will have such a high rating credit with God to the point where you just saying, okay, if God tell you no or not now, you're going to have an attitude. I'm just going to tell you. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. I'm coming from a place that I've seen. I've defied too many situations and circumstances. So I'm not telling you what I read about. I'm not telling you what somebody told me about. I'm not telling you something that I heard that was cool off a video or read something in a magazine. I'm telling you my life experience. So I want to be honest enough. I want to be transparent enough. Yes, I heard what they said. And neither did I even think that they were lying. I didn't even think the doctor was lying. Minister Mario never thought they were lying. He just saw what God did in my life. It's just that real. It's just that true. Some of y'all, I done helped. Your credit wasn't good. Your pussy wasn't no good. You will have bad relationship problems. And I still interceded to the point now you got a good husband. Still ain't treating him right, but the point you got him. Because I believe God. You didn't believe God because you ain't had nobody around you that you were seeing that were walking in that type of manifestation. Some of y'all got great faith. but in something you believe in, something you heard, not something you experienced. The reason why I get out here and tell you, if you bless me and you give to me and support me, what God gonna do, it's coming from a place of experience. It's not arrogance. It's not cockiness. It's not me out here trying to be something. I have a resume of people telling me, oh, Apostle, I gave this to you and this came back to me. Or I sent this to you and this happened to me. Or I blessed you with this and this happened to me. Or God gave me favor on this and this is what I really needed. It's a history with me. I don't want nobody, I don't want to encourage you to walk on water when you ain't never did it. But I'm not going to discourage somebody that has experienced walking on water. Huh? This is why my padrinos and anybody that I ever work with, they don't have issue with me because I have my own faith. I believe that because I was connected to my madrina or my spirit, that was two touch and agree on the same thing. But I already came in there believing God was going to bring it. I don't need you to encourage me about what my ancestors can do. I need you to help me, teach me a different way. Show me something different than what I know to strengthen my egun, my ancestor. Show me something different and show me a different way of utilizing Ashe, Chi, and Prana that may make me manifest. I was trying to get more juice. I wanted more juice from my crowning so I can try to bring the past and defy it again. You want to know the real truth? It's not that what I didn't know what I was up against. I felt that if I got crowned earlier, I would have had the juice. I would have had the chi. I would have had the prana. I would have had the extra. That I eto rabasha. Huh? Because I already had the willpower. I already had the faith. I already had the commitment. I already had the dedication. Come on here, somebody. All I was looking for is some more juice. Maybe God, I'm not strong enough. I'm not honored enough. I don't know what it is, but it ain't because I don't trust it. It ain't because I don't believe it. It ain't because I ain't putting it out there. But maybe, just maybe, if I can add this crowning and I carry out this crown and I get this ass shape and my padrinos lay hands on me, whatever they got to offer me, it will give me enough to put this over the hill again. To put this over the line again. That's where my mind was, y'all. Huh? I wasn't in my feelings. I was basing my strategy off of my experiences with the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. I'm not doing graveyard work for you because I'm out there hoping something happens. I was doing graveyard work before I knew about an Oya. I used to work with the 7 African candles as a kid. Calling their names as a kid. Not even under, like the young lady said, the 7 she called them 7 African potencies. They've been with you. They're with you. They're with you strong. Because I've been dealing with that energy since I was an elementary. I am not out here. That's why I don't like using the word practitioner, because that means to practice a particular religion or a tradition. I ain't practicing. I am performing. And the reason why my level of confidence has nothing to do with narcissism. Has nothing to do. It is my literal life lived. I hope this is coming. I keep, when facts check feelings, know where my pain is coming from. I'm used to winning. I'm used to flipping a situation around. I don't care how much behind the ball I always end up on top. I don't care how many people were against me, how many people had to jump start on me. I don't care what they had. Some way, somehow, in my life story, I always end back on top. When people try to cross me in the dark, they get got. When people come out in the broad daylight and try to get me, they get got. That's just my testimony. When I do magic, it is not coming from a place, 7-Eleven. I hope this works. Look like I'm jacking off. I'm sorry, y'all. That wasn't my intention to look like that. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you're gonna have some people out here, and people God gonna be moved for you. Your ancestors gonna be moved for you. Your eguns, whatever you practice, universally. And you are used to a certain growth. You're used to a certain cycle. You're used to a certain connection with spirit, and so therefore it builds a confidence. Huh? Sometimes when you hear God say something contrary to what you want or you feel like something should happen. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I wasn't. Hold on. Something got in my fan and started making all that noise. But it's been cool in here. But a lot of the stuff that I share with you guys come from a place of facts. Yes, I like to look nice on social media or when I go to my church or anytime I represent just who I am. I try to represent what I believe in or my particular practice or what I do. I try to represent the best way that I can. And I hope that I am out here representing Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, anything else that I practice. I hope that I represent my magic in a way that is professional and that, but I want to be authentic. But in order to be authentic, I got to be real about where I am and why I do what I do and why I talk the way that I talk. It's not that I'm just so good at, I'm a Sagittarian and old Sagittarians quick off the lip. But a lot of my belief system, I saw it. I saw my grandmother. I saw my mother. I saw them turning things around. I grew up. I have seen more fake stuff outside of my house than I've seen things inside of my house. I know prayer changes things. I know lighting candles manifest. I know incense work. I don't need nobody to convince me of anything. You know what I'm saying? Just show me how to use the tool. You don't have to encourage me about God's power. Whether it's on the mountain, whether it's in the river, whether it's in the ocean, whether it's in the valley, whether it's in the cemetery. I'm like Paul. I'm fully persuaded. It doesn't matter if I'm using a candle or a shrine or even my pots that I have now from being crowned Madifun Oya. I'm not there saying I hope this works. That ain't where I'm at. It's another tool of manifestation. It's another deity or spirit that I am working with because I've been doing love work. I've been doing money work. Whether doing hoodoo, voodoo, that's normal to me. That's normal to me. And so I don't want to encourage anybody that don't understand why I think the way that I think. I'm not telling you that you don't feel the pain. I just know he's a healer. I'm not telling you that you're not in the pit. I just know that he's a way maker. I'm not telling you that you people not talking about you, but I know he'll shut the mouths of the gainsayers. I'm just explaining to you that when it comes down to my spiritual life, that's where I'm coming from. And I can't do what these other spiritualists do. I can't tell you that I'm afraid that because you got 7 charges or you got 13 charges. Hell, if I was Trump's spiritualist, and he had them 92 federal charges, I still wouldn't be scared to go up against it. Because I actually believe there's nothing too hard for God. Now, I might have to work my ass off and my leg and my neck to get it done. But you're not going to tell me what God can't do because I done seen too much. And so, therefore, it brings me into states of mind and states of consciousness of saying what is more possible. I don't believe there's a bottom in God. I don't believe there's a top in God. No sexual reference involved. I believe that it is infinite. So I believe that I can grow, I can amass more energy to harness to get something done. And therefore, because he was willing to ride that roller coaster with me, and I was willing to see what God can do in a situation, and because he was so obedient, this is why he got as far as he got, and that's why he is crowned to this very day. And his mother is Oya. My mother is Oya, but my father is Babalu Aye. His father is Ochosi. And I was looking for us to be able to tag team on this side. And we still tag teaming. But I'm still on the spiritual side. But y'all know what I'm coming from. I think that facts check feelings. Even if I would find myself, me and my son was talking about this. I found myself in a place where I was trying to avoid not seeming grateful for what God had done. I was trying to not dishonor the spirits because I was not happy with the outcome or the reality that I'm living in. But I don't want anybody to think that God had not been moving all the time. He had been moving all the time. The doctors that said they don't even know why he's still walking. They don't know why he's still living. They called him the walking dead. He was getting up and out. They said they've never seen anything. It was the most astonishing thing. The people in the house, the doctor said, we can't even take credit for this because he shouldn't have made it. They had said that even the last surgery he had, they said 90% of the people don't make it. Minister Mario walked out of there and then came and had church with us. Come on here, somebody. How can I not give God praise? I don't care how much I hurt in his ascension and his departure. It is still to God be the glory, because even in his process, even in his sickness, even in the numbers were so low that most people, when somebody tells you that you got a 20% chance, when somebody tells you only got a 15% chance, my middle boy told me, he said, Dad, if they give me 1%, I want it. Come on here, somebody. Everybody's practitioner, when they look at your situation and circumstances, they're not going to say it's a go. I'm just a person that came up with St. Jude, the impossible. St. Expedite, getting things done fast. I just work with so many energies and frequency. So therefore, I don't come from a place of trying to tell you to hurt yourself. You're not going to take them risks. I'm a Sag. I was going to take them risks. I was going to take more calculated risks because I was raised by a Virgo. But I was taking chances that I don't encourage other people to take chances, because it was coming from a place of facts, not feelings. Some of y'all feel like y'all can make it. There's a song that says, I feel like going on. I know I'm going to go on until God say otherwise. Those are the facts. I already know that tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. I don't care if you health is a lot. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're anointed. If it's your time, it's just your time. But I want to encourage many of you guys to know where I'm coming from. Not only when I do work for myself, if I do conjure for you, if I pray for you, I need you to know the state of my consciousness. It comes from a lot of facts. And I believe if you were at the beginning without me, you might not have had a 30% chance. But I believe I can bring it up around 60, 70. If you had 50, I believe I can bring it all the way home. If you got 2% chance, I believe I can bring it up to 27. Magic and energy and frequency is about the law of probability. Synchronicity is about when you operate in that frequency, the more higher your vibration is, you change the velocity of things coming to pass. A lot of you guys, I have to drag you into certain manifestation because you, first of all, going into that asking for it, but I already know you don't believe that. You believe that what is going on is the reality. I'm looking out for the reality that you desire to live in. And that's just the truth. When it comes down to manifestation, that's why Minister Mario and anybody else, especially when it comes to healing and working miracles and breaking curse, why certain people that are close to me trust me so much, they have seen it over and over and over again. And so have I. And so therefore, that, sir and ma'am, I am not trying to convince you of anything. What I am trying to get you to see is the reason why I talk the way I talk comes from a place of evidence, thoughts, not just feelings. Just because I feel the spirit, I don't just feel the spirit, I work it. Daniel, the 11th chapter, verse 32, it said, them that know their God. I want to talk to y'all. Because if you find yourself in a place where I found myself, challenging spiritual soul contracts, challenging the will of God for people's life, because I am so accustomed. I'm telling y'all. 13 people before me can fail. I don't feel like they got nothing to do with me. That's them. I don't know why they didn't make it. I don't know why they didn't manifest. I don't know. But I'm telling you, when it comes to me, why I have the state of mind, I'm 50 years old. That's a long time to be seeing God move. And that's a long time to be having those type of, that's like certain people are cooks. But then there's other people that know how to cook tough meat and make that tough meat. What's up, Stacy, the queen? They can make that tough meat tender. Everybody cannot get a certain type of texture of meat and make it tender. Don't mean that they ain't a cook, but they can't do it like that. And it takes a special skill set. And a lot of times, many of you guys are not even willing to pour that kind of resources into those type of manifestation. And then sometimes mentally and emotionally, you can't even take the type of teaching necessary to get you there. And I get that. But you're not going to make me afraid of the bad tidings. You're not going to make me afraid of the arrows by day. You're not going to make me afraid of the pestilence by night. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to be sitting in my mind and saying, what did I not do? What could I have done? What could I have given? That's how I think. Because I already know from the beginning of your process that what God can do. What Divine Mother can do. I believe, this is my actual belief. I believe there's no disease on earth that Mother Earth, Gaia, Tiamat cannot cure. I believe that. I also had to understand the facts that stand behind. Because when God put a disease on somebody or a spirit put it, then other people whom God cursed can't no man bless. I got to also respect that too. And not get caught up out here thinking I'm going to be able to lift every curse. Because I can't. Because if God cursed something, I can't lift it nowhere. I don't care what herb I get. I don't care what spell I use. I don't care what conjure. I don't care what power I call. And let me tell y'all something. Like Maleficent in the movie, I have played certain things that no power on earth can move. Because the power that I was summoning was not from the earth. And Minister Mario knew that I was summoning some heavy stuff, trying to turn this around. I was dealing with nothing with primordial energy. There's nothing other and no more divine than dark matter. It don't get no higher than that. That's above masculine energy. That's above feminine energy. Androgynous energy. That is primordial source. And it takes some strength and you take a strong body to hold that kind of power. And he still told me to stand down. So it don't matter how good the lawyer is. If the judge say deny, it's a denial. Somebody went off on my Cash App. All right, son. I feel you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate it. Just seen the flash. I'm not teaching you magic, what somebody else told me. I'm not teaching you about energy frequency. It don't matter whether you get into this to learn hoodoo from me or voodoo from me or learn Santeria from me or Lakumi from me or whatever magic, or you just want to take the wisdom that I share. It is not coming from a place of reading. It comes from a place of something I live. I believe the stuff that comes out of my mouth. I do. You might not believe the words that come out your mouth. May not believe the words that come out your tata mouth. But I believe. My padrino, he was like, I did everything. I ain't blame him one day. Mr. Mario, I ain't blame him one day. We knew even the readings we were getting with Shadow of Wolves, the reason we were getting with Madrina, my sister, and that she comes out of Haiti and Port-au-Prince, Haiti. She has her own shop in Boynton Beach. I know some of the best. I didn't just go by what I was saying. I was going by facts, and I still had intention of defining. You want to know the real truth from Apostle Ely? I still had every intention of defining that. And that's why God told me to stand down. And I did it reluctantly, but I did it. I did it with tears, but I did it. I did it begrudgingly, but I did it. Sometimes you can use magic and you think you're doing good, you can cause more problems. Sometimes you use magic and you think you bringing justice and you can bring more destruction. You got to be led. Those that are led, it don't matter what the tradition you are. Stick to the facts. Not so much your feelings. Feelings play a part in magic, but when you are willing to override the facts that remain because of how you feel, you're going to find yourself in certain places. And I can tell you, Chief Apostle was headed there. because I wanted what I wanted and I was used to getting what I want. I'm just being honest with you. That's why I talk the way I talk. That's why I told them that that lawyer that came against my house, my other house property, he gonna lose his job. I done had people that tried, they went, what they call it, audit me. The auditor lost his job. I was gonna shut down. I'm something else. You don't come for me when I don't send for you. I don't care who you is. You can be a doctor. You can be a lawyer. You can be a gardener. You can be the garbage man. I don't this ain't to be this. You can be a UPS driver. You can be a co-worker. You can be the laundry lady. You can be a subscriber. But I'm telling y'all, when I tell you I'm out here working and stuff like that, Ma Medifun, oh, you're out here showing out. Son of a Chosi. Shango. I want to encourage y'all with truth. I want to encourage y'all with realistic thinking. If you're thinking that you're just going to be able to learn magic by just sinning, doing, it's hands-on. And this, let me tell y'all something. If nobody else tell y'all the truth, it is a personal journey. That is, no matter if it's Buddhism, it doesn't matter if it's shamanism, it don't matter if it's Kabbalah, it is the truth. It's thunder in there too, Shamari? I'm a kid. Can I watch this? No. No, my lives are for grown people. You still got to learn, obey your parents. Even though I ain't really saying nothing crazy today. No. You're a child. I don't believe in telling other people, children, what to believe in. I talk to grown people. I don't think it's right for people to interject, especially on somebody else's children. Because if something go wrong, or they something happen, I try to encourage people. I try to get people to understand when it comes to magic. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the glamour. Because I like to dress. I like to become and manifest. So I like to represent. And so sometimes you can make things look more beautiful, and people miss the ugly that's in stuff. Don't get so caught up in the beauty of what I do that you forget to recognize the ugly in the stuff that I go through to get the beauty. Because to get the what the swan, you got to be the ugly duckling. That's still how the process goes. A lot of times you're gonna keep hanging around people that are not gonna challenge you, and you're gonna be wasting your time. You're gonna keep hanging around people that don't want much out of life. They're gonna be wasting your time. And no matter what you show them, no matter what you say to them, they satisfy where they at. But they not satisfied with you want more. Because now it's a self-reflection thing. And they can't take that. And so I share the wisdom in hopes that many of you guys, as you support what I'm doing, as you invest in what I'm doing, as you help me through this process, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be direct with you. I'm going to hurt your feelings, because your feelings does not... Your feelings, if you base all of your belief system on feelings, people have heard stuff. They believe in Santa Claus. They believe in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They out here singing songs about Jesus when there's no such thing as a J, it's Yahshua. People sing lies, they preach lies, they teach lies. But if you're trying to practice real magic, you got to base what you building things on with real truth. Truth about yourself, truth about what you want, truth about your capabilities. I'm not out here telling people that I work the graveyard and I can't work the graveyard. I'm not out here telling people I can work roots for you or a mojo, but I was doing it for myself. I know what I'm doing. And I do have a high expectation of my own manifestation for my own self. No less than doing it for nobody else. I'm not out here in the mindset that a lot of these people is. They want you to be scared of voodoo. I don't want you to be scared of voodoo. I want you to be afraid of me. I don't want you to be afraid of hoodoo. You better be afraid of me with hoodoo in my hand. You don't have to be afraid of conjure. You don't have to be afraid of Kabbalah or this. That's how I was raised. My spiritual dad told me, he said, I put it to their ass. He said, because they ain't doing it to Jesus, they doing it to me. So that's how I was raised. I don't need you to be afraid of my ancestors. Sometimes my ancestors say, what, did you all see what he did? All right. As an Aquarian, I know facts override feelings. And that's a fact. I like the way you said that, Natasha. Huh? The reason being because even when I like to quote this scripture in the Bible, because sometimes I get to that place when my heart is overwhelmed, I need them facts to bring me back into peace. A lot of times you can still be having feelings, but if you get them facts, they'll rein in those waters in your heart or those waters in yourself that got you feeling the way that you're feeling, and then you won't cross that line. You know, they say anger rests in the bosom of a fool. Huh? But God said he ain't and he sin not. In other words, he's slow to anger. Sometimes it takes those facts to be key. Sometimes I just got to, almost like I feel like I'm now you throw darts. I just be throwing that facts in front of my face, because if I don't talk to myself, I'm going to feel a certain type of way. I'm going to be a certain type of way. And so a lot of times, even in my situation, I have to put them facts out there. But God did this. God did that. Spirit did that. Ancestor did tell me that. You know, the dream did come. I saw that. The signs were there. I can't act like this snuck up on me. I knew this. And I have to get to that place of truth, what I was really going after. The truth was, it did not matter what God had did for Minister Mario, shy of keeping him living. For me, I was going to have a problem. If y'all want to hear the truth, that's the real truth. And when that comes to people I love, I take it very personal. That's where you got to understand my energy being in Aries. Aries people take things very personal. If you talk to any Aries, if you talking about their mama, their dog, their cat, you might well be talking about them. They're going to take it personal. I have Aries. If you got Aries placement, it's I am. Don't look at him. Look at the baby. Me, baby. I know that's right. When you think about what I'm sharing with you, whether you practice this or not, it still affects you. That's why I say as above, so below. Your higher self and your lower self, it has to have a yin and yang effect. It has to have a balance. And everybody's balance is different. Stop trying to make your taste for salt be my taste for salt. Your taste for sweetness ain't my taste for sweetness. And it's okay. And that's why people should not be inflicting on others. I call it an affliction. Because if you're not going to give them your life, if you're not going to give them your circumstances, then how can you tell them to do it like you do it? I had parents that were going to do for me. I grew up with people moving for me. I don't have a lot of other people's testimony. You know what I'm saying? Minister Mario was telling me that with his grandmother, if you were dark skinned, you weren't allowed in their house. The dark skinned children were not allowed. The light skinned children come in. I didn't grow up like that. My grandma had grandchildren of every scale of the color. Huh? She talk about the red bone just like she talk about the black bone. Huh? And guess what? I was allowed in her room. I just, sometimes when you talking to people and you ain't got the experiences, and a lot of you guys don't understand, you don't have my experience. You don't have my background. You don't have my level of expectancy. So you don't understand what I'm going through and why that is such a struggle. Because sometimes, because you didn't grow through certain things, you'll easily say, oh, that was God's will. It's easy for you came up in a Christian, it's easy for you to say, oh, that wasn't God's will, or the enemy did that. I don't think like you are accustomed to not getting what you want. You're accustomed to things not working out in your favor. And that's fine. Whether you E5, Voodoo, Santeria, you used to the reading, being a bust, you utilize, no matter what tools you use, you feel like it ain't nothing going to work in the first place. I don't think like that. I didn't grow up like that because I would not have the testimony. And so therefore, when I tell you guys, I appreciate your love. I appreciate your encouragement, but it's very difficult for me to take losses because I'm accustomed to winning. I fight hard for y'all, and that's why I end up going beyond what you done paid me for. I go beyond what you done asked because I don't like losing. And so therefore, that's why the Spirit is saying I need to be selected with people that are taking advantage of my mentality. and they're not supporting me like they should be. They're not giving, and they basically putting their problems in my hand, and I'm taking them over, and they just walking off and getting the benefit. And then when I need help, they're not there. So I also want to thank each and every one of you guys that have been a consistent support system to Chief Apostle Ely. That I want to acknowledge, because I'm not going to allow the small amount of bad apples to overshadow all of the goodness that God is doing. And yes, I'm going to cry some more about Minister Mario, because now I'm hungry right now. He would have been uncooked. And he cooked what I want to eat. And if he don't know how to make it, he gonna get a recipe or Google or something. That's what this type. He gonna give me what I want, just like I give him what he want. And that's what I'm accustomed to. I am accustomed. I was a child. My mom was a Virgo. My mom do not like spending money like I like spending money. I'm telling y'all. My mom would be. We'd be in the mall, and she would be. At first, she gonna ask me what I want. That's what she gonna do. Once I point out what I want, 9 times 10 it costs. To use an example, tennis shoe. And she'd be in the mall telling me, you only want them tennis shoes because they cost that X amount of dollars. These shoes right here, I be looking at Jesus. She be talking. She said, my credit card, you got me spending money. Lady, is you going to get them? Because if you don't get them, I'm telling you how it was. If you don't get them, my grandma going to get them. Or my uncle, somebody in your family going to give me the money. I'm going to still get them. So you can either get them now, or I'm going to come back and get them. Because I'm getting these. She was like, these don't cost this. All you can get these, you get 2 pair of these. That's how my mom was. But she still got me what I wanted. So I'm telling you, naturally, I'm accustomed to getting what I want, and spiritually. And so therefore, when I get them no's, when I get those, that last one was stand down, that thing did something to me. And I'm still dealing with it. Yes, I know the facts involved. But I want to get on here to share this with many of you guys, that if you are out here and you find yourself and you do your root work and it move, you do your conjure work and it move, you do your affirmations and it move, you do your prayers and they move, you can get so accustomed to manifesting to when it's a no, you need to get healed. Because that's a healing. Because even though I've been going through this, I've still been doing work. I've still been getting myself together. I know, now you know I'm really crowned because you can't even get in, right? See, I told y'all, this is the beautiful part about it. You know, you can't even touch this anointing. If this is what I got, you can't touch it. So I say to you that share tribal love with me. I say to you all that wonder why I talk the way I talk, why I teach like I teach, why I'm endeavoring to step my game up, is because I don't like losing. And so therefore I was taught it's best to have a tool and not need it. Okay? And yes, if something happens to one of you, I'm gonna hurt. But there are certain people that are closer to me than others because I trust them in certain spaces and places than I trust other people. Don't mean I don't have no trust for you. I don't have that level of trust. I'm going to be honest. I don't trust everybody in my space. I don't trust everybody around my head. That's me. And so therefore don't mean I don't love, don't mean that I don't appreciate, but it takes something. And when I do trust people and you violate that trust, then I got to get you off of me so I don't mistreat you, because if I don't trust you, I'm going to treat you a certain type of way. And I don't like to mistreat people. So I give people their space so we can get our relationship either back on court or keep it where it is. It don't matter with me. But my point is, I understand my energy, I understand my frequency, and you can't say anything to a sage. You just can't do that. You can't come out your mouth, your neck, your ear sideways. It just, you got to be, your words mean something to a Sagittarius. Just telling you. So if you don't mean it, I wouldn't say it if I you. And if you're mad, go tell it to somebody else. And make sure don't get back to them, because they're still going to make you pay for it. All right. I hope this helped. Let me see if I had anybody. I don't want to forget nobody because I'm talking. Minister Mario would have been stopped me. I be tripping. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Sharonda, Row Opening, and Blockbuster. Send this to her. Esa. Roll opening and blockbuster. Pisces, Sun. Oh, that's right. All right. She said facts. Miss Lady said them facts. I'm just telling you. It is what and guess what? When you know your energy, you either can avoid some situation, or if you got that Aries energy, you gonna confront it. I'm very confrontational, me myself. Mr. Mario more diplomatic, but when you get him there, he's a psycho. And I like that. Oh, Minister Mario, so I get Mario time wrong. Here's a Chosa came in with no mercy. I said, I told him. I tried to tell him. Some of y'all done sent our ancestors after Minister Mario, and Mr. Mario gonna whoop your ancestors' ass over there. Let me tell y'all something too. Don't have people pushing you up. Sending for protection for me and my daughter. Okay, got you, Natasha. For her baby. Her and her baby. And for her daughter, Elena. So this is the type of and when it comes, let me tell y'all something. This year, age in this dispensation of age of Aquarius, you want to be as real about who you are and where you at. And this is not for people. You're gonna get more benefit and access to your energy when you be truly who you are, because there's more than one aspect. That's why I do my consultations the way I do. I'm not telling you something that I don't do. I'm not telling you something I don't utilize. And that's as real as any practitioner can be. If he or she is utilizing hoodoo and that's what they're teaching you, they being authentic. Whether you get what you want out of the situation or not. Gonna put that spiritual folding chair on. Yes, sir. I love that. I love it. But these are the things that I want y'all, if you desire to go further than surface level magic and you want to get deep in that, I'm telling y'all how this stuff is out here in the deep. I'm telling y'all how people are out here. Especially if you a king or a queen of the hill and you mastering certain things, they want to pick you out because they trying to do a quick way of getting a name. If they get Moby Dick, then they feel like, oh, they're going to be noted. And you will. If you get Moby Dick, you're going to be noted because Moby Dick has status. You understand? But look how many ships done went down trying to get Moby Dick. Because Moby Dick got a resume too. People done lost arms, legs, and ships trying to get Moby. So when you come after a king or a queen or empress or emperor, understand what you call it. And let me tell y'all the reverse side of that. Don't be out here putting titles on your name and think people not going to challenge. It's fair. E5, Voodoo, Centerreal, Akumi. All I know, you say you a salt shaker and you need to be salty. You say you sugar, you need to be sweet. You say you good in the bed, I don't want to hear no problems. You say you could take it like a champ. Well, put your heavyweight belt on, take it. Nobody don't want to hear about that. If you don't mean something, don't say something. You grown. Ooh. You grown. I ain't got that fan on. But I want to get ready to see if I can get some things done. I'm gonna be contacting some of you guys, so I'm gonna get some of these consultations out for you guys this week, and products and stuff. So, ooh. That's that protection incense. It's kicking. Boy, I know how to make them. Ugh. Darius got reversal. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. This protection is strong. Good God. Y'all got to bear with that. It's strong. Whew. That was getting me. I can imagine what they're doing doing in the spirit world. It is strong. That's reversal. Reversal. Money. And healing incense. Mental clarity. Oh, okay. Darius. I want to say, guys, thank you. That's the a piece of plastic got in my fan. And it's just too smoky in here without me doing that. So I had to turn it back on. And say, what's that sizzling? Move over bacon, now there's something meatier. All right, let me check and make sure I got everybody. And I did. Got that done. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Some of you guys gonna be hearing from me, so look out for my phone, my text message or phone call. Or Sister Monique took care of my emails, so I'm gonna get all that stuff done. And I'm also planning on doing, I'm gonna have Minister Mario's daughter with me Saturday, but I'm still planning on doing my classes. I'll get my classes done. Thank you for your continual dedication. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my classes done Saturday. And even if you miss the classes, I'm gonna have the link, so you'll have the passcode, so you'll be able to take care of that. All right. All right. Much love to each and every one of you guys. I see you guys on the flip. God bless.